Also, as mentioned, the town of Greater Napanee, great supporter of the event. The mayor was here at the opening ceremonies. We thank the Mayor Gordon for Gordon Shammerhorn, sorry for that mispronunciation, for showing up and showing the support to these championships and all the wonderful things he has said about it in his welcoming letter. Also, he urges everybody to, get down to the waterfront, riverfront trail if you can and experience the center of town. It's one of the only inland freshwater tides in the world, and it's on the Napanee River. So thank you for the town of Greater Napanee and Mayor Gordon Shammerhorn for supporting this event. And the bronze sponsors, just to run through them quickly and acknowledge the sponsors that have helped make this event a success. Franklin Coach Lines Limited in Belleville, Ontario, offering full-size coaches, mini coaches, activity buses, school buses and vans that can accommodate any size group to any destination in North America. That's Franklin Coach Lines Limited, Belleville, Ontario. Also, Sunbelt Rentals in Kingston, offering a large, extensive range of tools and equipment rentals. Thank you to Sunbelt Rentals. Hermer's Heavy Equipment Repair, another bronze sponsor. Thank you to Hermer's Heavy Equipment Repair. Houston Berries, Kingston, serving, I think I got that wrong. Houston Berries, Kingston, serving Eastern Ontario construction industry for fencing and guide rails since 1987. Barriers, Houston Barriers. Allen Insurance Group, for your full-service insurance broker for the Quint region. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Allen Insurance Group. Another bronze sponsor is Cross Border Solutions, Inc. They've been keeping borders from becoming boundaries for clients throughout North America. Shield Fence and Wire Products, whether you're a commercial client in need of sound barrier for a subdivision, or a homeowner looking to install a privacy fence, or a farmer in need of better boundary fence for your cattle, Shield Fence and Wire Products can help. Thank you to Shield Fence and Wire Products for your support. Also, Iron Eagle Industries, established in 1989, grown to be the largest ornamental fence manufacturer in Canada. Iron Eagle Industries. The County Farm Center, agronomy, fuel, home and meat, grain and feed, hardware, clothing, pet food, farm supplies, frozen food are just a few of the offerings of County Farm Center. Canadian Tire of Napanee. You can get anything from auto parts to home decor to outdoor living, fitness, sports equipment, tools, and more at Canadian Tire in Napanee. Thank you for your support as a bronze sponsor. Emmons and Mitchell Construction Limited of Kingston, providing construction services with honesty and integrity since 1957. The Enfield Group is a family owned and operated for 80 years in the Golden Horseshoe, Hamilton, Burlington, Grimsby, Oakville, Mississauga, and Milton, providing property management services. We now have the first skier on the water, Gustavo Serrano from Mexico, senior men's slalom. Here's Gustavo outside the wake, crossing number 1. He's doing some 2-foot crosses out there. Here's number 2, going for 3, very aggressive. Cross for number 4. We just lost our live feed here in the announcer's stand. Yep, we got it pretty up, and it popped back up. We lost it for about a quarter of the run there, but we've got the live feedback now. Give me a chance to finish off our bronze sponsors here that have helped out greatly in making the success of this event. The Hybrid Construction Group Limited, general contractors in Glen Burnie, Commercial Door Systems of Kingston, been manufacturing fiberglass and aluminum doors since 1988. Montgomery Fleet Services is a full-service truck, tanker, and trailer service facility specializing in preventative maintenance, repairs, and inspections. It's located in Belleville near the 401.
Sounds like we got a provisional score of 1.9 on the first pass for Gustavo. That's actually, from what I see in the records, ties his personal best score. 58-year-old out of Mexico.
A few more of our sponsors. Teamwork Promotions in Belleville, creating a lasting impression. Clothing available in merchandise booth were sourced with the help of Teamwork. So our event clothing was a partnership with Teamwork Promotions of Belleville. Heart and Heart Signs and Promotion of Nathaniel assisted with the stitched towels and the signs on site. Thank you very much to Heart and Heart Signs. And finally, TD Canada Trust, the official bank of the organizing committee. We thank TD for their support of the event.
Gustavo Serrano of Mexico coming in forward for his second pass. Going to try to top that 1.9 score he had. That's almost 4 passes on 2. Didn't quite get all the way through the wake on the last cross. We'll see if he can do it in time here. He's got a good pace going here. Cross number 3. There he is going in cross number 4. He's doing a good job getting back and forth. It's probably a better pace than his last one, even though we missed the end of it with yeah, he's standing it up. Good solid run there for Gustavo Serrano of Mexico. 50-year competitor.
Let's have a big round of applause and a cheer for Gustavo Serrano from Mexico.
Yeah, he's a 60-year-old competitor. Hats off to Gustavo for getting out here, coming to the 2018 World Barefoot Waterski Championships. So you senior men at home, it's never too late to get on the water and ski your way up to a world championship.
Yeah, Gustavo's preliminary score 2.9.
2.9.
2.9-ish. Yeah, we're going to round that up to 3.
We're going to round it up.
He's from Mexico, and he's a great guy, so we're going to give you another point.
Yeah, even though it was 2.975 based on the 25% rule, having taken both runs forward. That's where it came in, 2.975. So good, solid stand-up run for Gustavo Serrano of Mexico to get it started. Now we're going to bring out from Sweden, Dennis Andersson.
Dennis Andersson from Sweden. Here he is up outside the wake. There's a cross for 1. There's one on 1 foot. Another 1 foot cross. Here's his number 4 on 1. Number 5's on 1. Number 6 on 1. Looks like he just didn't get it, lift that foot up on time, or number 7. But a very good pass for Dennis Andersson from Sweden. He'll be upwards of 5 points on that.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice run. Kept his foot up nice and high. Probably as up at high as about knee level there. Easy for the judges to see that 1 foot off the water for Dennis Andersson. I thought he had a pretty good run. All the ones he did in time, I think, were solid 1 foot. So he should probably get full credit for every cross. Dennis has put up scores over 8, so that probably give him 5+ for that run. We'll see what he does backwards. If he's pulling some back ones, he's got a pretty good chance at putting up a personal best score. If he grinds out some 2s at about the same pace, he's also right there at gets 6 2-foot crosses. He's right there around his personal best.
Dennis Andersson's been at the World Championships as a great supporter, team manager of the Swedish team many times, helping out the Finnish team this year, team manager of the Team Finland. Great that he was here for Avert. Unfortunate jump landing that ended up with a broken arm, and Dennis was able to support him and get him to the hospital and be with him for that. You can't put a price on that. So Dennis Andersson's been around our sport for many, many years. A great supporter of barefooting and the European and the Scandinavian teams.
Dennis Andersson on the water, electing to come up forward for pass number 2. And there's a 2-foot cross going back into the 1-foots here. Good solid 1-foot crosses. Looking good. Got a nice rhythm going. Skiing those 1-foots out clean. Yeah, that's nice right there. Kind of leaning right back into the wake on transition and getting it going. He's got a good, nice clip going there.
Really good 1-foot crosses for Dennis Andersson.
Yeah, I heard some stories. As you mentioned, Everett went to the ER there. 3 a.m. in the morning is how long they were there before they were released from the hospital. 3 a.m. I got up the next morning. We were excited to see Everett in the hallway at the Coast Hotel, but it was like 6 a.m., so I don't know if he even went to bed or got any sleep. He's probably still sleeping now, but I hope he's recovering.
Yeah. Next up, Team GB, Paul Turner on the dock there. We're waiting for Dennis Andersson's score. 10? Might have blown. Okay. You did not hear the provisional score for.
We had a score of right around 575, Richard. We had a little problem with a broken pencil in the boat here.
He scores somewhere around 5.75, 5.8 for Dennis Andersson. Not the exact number yet, but both 5.8 was what we're getting from the boat.
We've got two groups, Series 1 and 2 here, that we're going to ski back-to-back for the senior men's preliminaries and wake slalom. 19 skiers. We're going to narrow it down to 8, take the top 8 scores, and move them on to the finals later in the week.
Here we got Paul Turner, GB, Team GB, Secretary of the World Barefoot Council. Puts in some extra work there. We appreciate everything that Paul does. Outside the wake, there's a 1-foot cross, no doubt on these. Look at how high that foot is held. There's number 2, coming across for 3, nice and solid. Here's number 4, very clean. Number 5, cross for 6. It looks like he's probably got about a 6.5 pace. I don't know if it was a 7 pace, but nice, clean skiing for Paul Turner.
That was a nice run there. Paul's been a 8 plus wake slalom guy for quite some time. He's had some scores that he's put up over 9, so good consistent though. You look at his scores over the years, very consistent from tournament to tournament. Not a guy that drops off in his ability or performance over time. He's been a consistent performer for a number of years. We did get a score, the junior girls preliminaries. April Foster came in at 6.2. So that does that's verification then that the two Italian ladies, Chiara Ratalino, Matilda Gasparini, will be in the finals. Megan Adams finished 6th. April Foster at 5 with 6.2. Riley Stenson in the 4th position. Elena McClung, 7.6, was 3rd. Lexi McCulley with 8 was 2nd, and the leader in the preliminary round was Alex Youngblood with 11.2.
Here we go with, great. Congratulations, girls. Oh, great skiing to see. Here we go, Paul Turner coming in the backside. Cuts out, going for the 2-foot crosses. There's 1, cross for 2. He's going to stay on 2 feet, it looks like, for this pass. There's number 3, cross for 4. Looks like about a 5 pace or so. Here's number 5. Yeah, I'm going to get him around 5. And a little bit of fall off at the end. Great job, Paul Turner.
Yeah, another stand-up pass. Did that one backwards, so he'll get full credit for both passes. And we'll let you know what we get for a provisional out of the boat.
Yeah, so we got 19 skiers in this senior men's division for elimination. 19 skiers. We're going to take 8. That means 11 are going to be left off. That was a 7.9 for Paul Turner. 7.9.
That was a pretty solid stand-up, 2 stand-up passes for Paul Turner. You know, he's been over 9 in his career, so not skiing at the top there, but pretty close to it. So congratulations, Paul, on a couple solid runs.
Okay. On the dock now. Put your hands together and cheer. Marcel Brunet from Canada. And our live feed is black now. We don't see a thing on our screen. There, come back now. Here it is.
So we got a chance to bump the scores up pretty good here with Marcel, huh? We've seen 12s out of him in the past.
Yeah, Marcel's good. Very clean skier, like he was in tricks you saw. Very clean. He'll be doing a 12 or so in slalom, 6 and 6 sort of thing. There he is up outside the wake. Getting comfortable. And there he goes for number 1. And across for 2. Very clean style. There's number 3. 4 good clean crosses. There's 5. You should get 6 or just more. Got about a 6.2. That's where he paces it usually, so it's great. Nice stand-up clean pass for Marcel.
Yeah, that was a really smooth pass. Good rhythm there, good flow. I imagine backwards we're going to see 1-foot crosses.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll see him go to the backside, and between 5 and 6, I would call it for back pass.
So I would say, he's got a 12.0 that he put up back in 2016 in the East-West Challenge. He's got a chance to put up a personal best score here with that 6.2. Just a good clean 6 backwards, and he's got a PB here. We'll see what he can put together.
Yeah. Well, in the series, yeah. He got a 5.2 in first pass provisional out of the boat. Maybe they discounted a couple of crosses. We're getting provisional score from a single judge, so when they do come in, they may get adjusted, as we've seen in the earlier events. So Marcel, get ready for his second pass. We've got 9 skiers in this first series. We're on skier number 4. There's Marcel, up backwards. Getting settled in the curl of the wake, and we're going to see some 1-foot crosses. There's number 1. There's number 2. He had an early touchdown on number 2. There's 3, and a fall off on number 3. It looked like he just, for some reason, kind of tossed the handle. Maybe felt like he was unstable.
Yeah, what I saw for number 3 there, Rich, was the Richard. It looked like the upper body. He kind of looked like he felt like he was going to get pulled backwards. He got defensive, pushed the chest down, and as the chest was coming down, the handle popped out. So
total score provisional for that pass is 7.2. 7.2. I think we might be seeing that get adjusted a bit. He did do 2 crosses on 1 foot, 1 on 2. So we may see a bit of an adjustment on that.
yeah, that's going to put we got a 6.25 coming in for Dennis Anderson. So the provisional we got 5.75 was bumped up a half across. So that's good news for Dennis. And then we had a 7.9 for Paul Turner, which is the top score. We don't have a official score coming out of the judges area yet for Dennis, or excuse me, for Paul Turner. So we'll hang tight on that.
All right. Nine skiers in his first series. We're on number 5. The boat idling away from the dock. And in the senior men's elimination round of these World Championships, we have from Canada, from British Columbia, Don Schwartz.
Don's had some pretty solid wake scores in his past, been over 13, high 13s, pushing 14, that open score, a 14.0. He's chased that mark a few times, gotten very close. Been skiing consistently over 12 the last couple times out, so let's give it up for Don Schwartz of Canada.
Yep, hopefully we can see him get over that 12 mark, have a chance at perhaps making it into the final. There he is outside the wake. And there's crossing number 1. Number 2. Looking clean from here. There's 3, 4. Looks like he got a little speed coming up now. There's number 5. There's 6. 6.2. Hopefully you get them all as being clean, but it's about a 6.2 pace there. So, yeah, 6 backwards, 6.2 backwards, another 12.4.
Yeah, I thought that was nice and clean. I liked everything I saw there. Good flow, good. Did a great job. Keep picking that foot up before the wake and skiing it through. Good solid run for Don Schwartzer. I think it was 6+.
Yeah, so we got a score from the boat of 6.2, the same as we had here in the announcer's tower, 6.2. So he'll be, we're probably pretty happy with that, Gus. He can do a nice clean back pass. It'll put him in a position of not going to be easy to get in the finals, but it'll put him in a potential position to get in the finals.
What do you recall about Don's back wakes, Richard?
He's fairly consistent. He's having a good summer of training this year, so he's feeling good about his skiing. He's been training well, not overtraining type thing. So he's usually fairly clean, but we'll just see how it goes here on the backside. There he is, getting up backwards. He got a unique start where he ends up crossing the wake while he's on his chest. So here he comes, getting settled into the curl there. And the foot is up. There's a touchdown on number 1. Cross for number 2. Looked like down early again. Here's number 3. Not going as planned. Number 4. Here's 5 and a down. 5.1. That's not gonna get him where he needs to be. He would touchdown on every cross there.
Yeah, it looked like just having a hard time getting it going. And you've heard it before. You've probably experienced that first cross sets the tone for the run, right? So had a little bit of a early, and then I don't know if he just started rushing after that, trying to make it up, and it just didn't come out as clean as I'm sure Don would have hoped.
Yeah, no, especially on the backside, it's more difficult to kind of get out of that groove. So unofficial 8-8 for Don Schwartz on his combined total 8-8 unofficial score. But yeah, on the backside, you have a bad first cross, you're out of sorts, off balance. It's hard to regroup and keep moving at the same time. So that's number 5. So we'll go up with number 6 in this grouping. A little blast from the past. One of the other ones. I say other ones, but quite a few skiers from a few years ago in the Open Division have come back and are skiing in Senior Division, and we'll have that here with the Jim Nyberg from Sweden. It's great to have Jim here.
Yeah, we saw some good jumping out of Jim here in the preliminary rounds. Super talented guy. Was a 4 back in 2000 at the World Championships, 16.9 in wake slalom. So the guy obviously knows how to work this program here in the wake slalom event. Trying to get it back together here. Came out in 2017 out of retirement after 18 years, and slowly climbing up to 12.6, 13.8. So. We'll see if he can get back to where he once was back in 2000.
Well, you never know. So Jim's got, potential of possibly pushing it to get a berth in the finals here. Super nice guy. Anybody that's met Jim around the site here, but and in the past, but really, really a great individual. Turn to the back out of course. He's coming in backwards. Here's Jim Nyberg crossing number 1. Super clean. Foot up nice and high. There's 2. Cross for number 3 backwards. Number 4, a little bit of a touch. Here's a cross for 5. Number 6, looks like about a 7-8 pace. Number 7, that's a 7-2 pace. I think he might have touched down on 1 cross. We're looking for a score somewhere between 6-7 and 7-2 perhaps for that first pass. But yeah, that's some good skiing. Very, very confident looking skiing.
Yeah, I'd say anytime you see a guy come out and do a provisional turn to set up for his weight crosses, I think of confidence, versus doing the back deep. But yeah, that was a sweet run, good rhythm, had a really good pace going there. I think you counted it out, might be a 7+. So you know what, that might be if he throws together a good score here, it could be enough to get him into the next round.
Yeah, I had him. I had him down a touch early, but. The provisional score from the boats got him clean at a 7.2. So Jim Nyberg, I think that might equate to the best single pass we've seen so far at 7.2.
Yeah, that is. We had a 6.2 out of Don Schwartz in the last pass, and this 7.2 is the highest single pass score we've had yet out of the competitors in this group.
Well, it's getting, it's kind of getting exciting. We've got the 10 skiers in Series 1, and we've got 3 left to ski, and Jim Nyberg on his second pass here. So we've got 13 skiers left to go. We haven't hit the double digits yet. So, it's, quote, anybody's game to get that last few slots into the finals. With Jim Nyberg from Sweden up outside the wake, coming back down the course. And there's number 1 frontwards. Here's 2. Looks like about a 6-7 pace. Here's cross for 3. He's got number 4, 5. He's going at a good pace. 6. And it looks like was that a 6-8?
Zone 3?
6 zone 3, 6 zone 2.
Yeah.
So Jim's going to be sitting at 6-6 to 6-8.
Yeah, it looked like to me he was past the center line on that when the buzzer went off.
We'll wait and hear that score. Potentially 14, but we'll see.
Right now we got Don Schwartz of Canada, the top scorer with an 8.8 before we get the provisional for Jim here.
Yeah, I think Jim's going to get over, get into the double digits for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
14-8 for Jim Nyberg, 14-8.
Wow, I think we were both off on our count. Jim Nyberg from Sweden, unofficial preliminary score 14.8. Great job, Jim.
Yeah, that's a beautiful score coming out of the Series 2 group here, 14-8. The guys in the Series 1, the next group, are taking notice of that. That's some solid skiing right there. That's going to push everyone above them.
Oh, that's the score that sets the tone now, Gus. 8 people make the finals. You've got 13 skiers left, and that 14.8 is that's somebody that's doing a 16 plus with a couple mistakes, and you're a 14.5.
Yeah,
so
you got to push yourself.
These guys, it's not a guaranteed. So Jim Nyberg, he's sitting in a pretty good position to potentially make the final round. You're going to have the next 5, 6, 7 guys just pushing it maybe a little too hard, making mistakes, and falling short. We'll have to see. But here's one guy, one of the more experienced guys here in this group, Cameron Smith from Australia.
Yeah, and this is a guy you certainly can't count out either. Huge jumper, but no slouch in the wake slalom event, posting 15.2 just as recently as 2 years ago. So he can go 15 plus himself.
Cameron Smith is rock solid. Here he is coming in the front side. Getting comfortable outside the wake there. There he is across for 1. Yeah, good and solid. Look at this guy, rock solid. There's 2. Cross for 3. He's got a good speed going. Counting it as 4. Oh, went down hard outside the wake after number 5. I think he was outside.
Yeah, he
would have got the full 5 crosses,
yeah,
but
he was
wow.
I believe he was getting close to making a transition to 6. So 5 solid crosses, I think, there for Cameron Smith. They all looked really good. Good time, rhythm there. The buzzer sounded long after he went down. So
yeah,
definitely left some points on the table there, but
yeah, he got outside the wake on that. 5.0 for Cameron Smith. He had a 7+ pace going, so he left a couple of crossings there. He's come back. You get an 8 coming back, 7 or 8, and push it into the double digits for sure.
And also please announce that junior girls slalom is also posted.
The junior girls slalom results from the elimination round are now posted. The junior girls slalom results from the elimination round are posted. Yeah, so far we got, we're current here on the web coming out of the scores trailer. 14.6 for Jim Nyberg from Sweden, followed by Don Schwartz at an 8.8. GB, Paul Turner 7.9. Marcel Brunet with a 7.2. And then, oh my gosh, not sure what's going on at the other end of the lake, but it seemed like they were about to go with Cameron, and something went awry.
Yeah, we had the black screen. Thought maybe we were looking at there was a Bermuda Triangle type thing on Dream Lake down there, and it just swallowed up the boat and the judges and the skier, but then it flashed back on. So we're good to go here. We're going to bring back Cameron Smith for his second pass, and we're going to send out Robbie Groen.
Yeah, it looks like they some sort of technical difficulty at the other end with the boat, but they're just idling back to get Cam. Okay, we got some information that Cameron Smith on that fall pulled a hamstring. They are going to be bringing him back to the dock. He will not be skiing his second pass. Cameron Smith, apparently, according to the boat, pulled a hamstring. So if we got any, maybe the medical team might want to attend to him when he gets back to the dock. Just the medical team on the dock, please. Don't need for anybody else to get in.
Definitely has the talent and ability to make it into the final 8. Right now we've had 6 skiers come through, and waiting on, we had a 5.0 for Cameron Smith, so that currently puts him in the 6th spot of the group. We've got Robbie Groen and Danny Bumgardner. Last 2 skiers in this group. We're going to do a boat change. We're going to bring out Series 1 group with 10 skiers.
Okay, Robbie Groen from New Zealand. So there we are, Robbie Grown, New Zealand outside the wake there, coming in frontwards. Good run at the wake, nice and high. Look at that foot lifted up high. There's 2 crossings. Back for number 3. A little bit early, maybe on 3. He's going good. Number 4, cross for 5. There's 6. He's got a 6.8 pace going there.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty sweet run there for Robbie. What I liked out of his run is when he's setting that foot down, he's setting it at an angle right back towards the wake, so his transitions both sides were really nice and fast.
Very fast, yeah. Good clean skiing, I believe. We'll wait to hear the preliminary score, but good skiing from Robbie Groen.
Okay, this is Robbie being our 8th skier that we've had today. We're going to start pushing people off the bubble here pretty quick.
We are. So you got Jim Nyberg, 14.8. I think that's the number that the guys are going to be chasing right now, believing. There was a 6.1 for Rob. I think I might have called it correct with an early down on one of his crosses, 6.1. Probably at a 6.6 pace. So he's going to come in backwards. Robbie's got 7 or 8 pace in his bag here.
Yeah, that's going to push Gustavo Serrano onto the bubble there. He's our number 8 right now before we head into the next group.
So there's Rob Groen, rolled over for the back pass. Coming in backwards, Team New Zealand. We have Rob Groen on the water. Cutting outside the wake. Doing a little bit of a dance out there, kind of back and forth. I think I popped it earlier. There's a 2-foot cross for Rob. Here's a 1. Another 1 for cross. Might have been down early on number 3 or 4. Number 5's down. Got 6, 7. Rob looks a little bit wild, a little out of control. He, I think he kind of got out of sorts a bit partway down that run there, Gus, and didn't quite pull it back in to get the 1 foot clean again.
That was the wild and crazy Robbie Groen that we all know and love right there. I mean, that was a wild and crazy run. He just like you said, Richard, I don't know what it was. Speed, fast, shot wide, got crazy. I mean, he did score some 1 foot crosses there, but holy Hannah, it was all over the place. I mean, that was interesting. I'm not sure where he was with time and what they're going to score, but
looks like you got an optional reride on pass 2, which I'm going to guess he's going to take. It was poor boat speed on pass number 2. We just heard from the boat. So they're going to offer Robbie, perhaps, a chance to go again and get a do-over, which I believe he'd probably take.
See him stepping on the dock. I'm kind of wondering what
he's talking to the judges. Yeah. Find out what's going on. I'm assuming he's going to get right back in that boat.
Yeah, you're right. And he should, because you know what? Robbie's a good skier. That pass wasn't indicative of what he's capable of putting up. So it's good that he's giving it a second go. He's a guy that, calm as a cucumber under any circumstance. So for him to go out there and ski, I mean, he's a guy too that just loves to ski and be on the water. So I'd see him taking a second pass for any particular reason, just to be on the water, but he's definitely going to improve on that. He's, like I say, he's been up over 16. That pass there didn't do his skills justice, so
We got a preliminary score for Rob at 12.3. That's 12.3 preliminary score. So he had a 6.1 on his first pass preliminary. So 6.2 preliminary second pass. That equates to a 12.3.
Yeah, that's going to put Robbie right there in the 2 spot right behind Jim Neinberg and ahead of Don Schwartz. So he's positioned decent going into the next round.
He's not too bad. I mean, not too bad a position. As I said, the next 5 guys are all going to be wanting to get in the finals and all capable of it. But you make one little mistake or 2 little mistakes, and you drop your score down to a 12-2, and Robbie Groen's in, not you.
Yeah, let us not forget, we just watched Lexi McCulley, a 15.0 skier, go down on cross number 2 and settle for an 8. Fortunately enough for her to get in, but just what you said, Richard, I mean, it can happen to any of these skiers, and you got to just ski what you ski in practice and hope for the best.
You bet. Now we got Dan Baumgartner from the USA on the water. There he goes for 1. Dan substantially looking faster than any of the other crowds so far. There's 3. There's already 4 crosses coming across for 5. All nice and clean. Here's number 6. Got 7. I think he got 8 front crosses.
Yeah.
Definitely the fastest front slalomer we've seen yet. Couple more crosses out of time, and Dan took a tumble on crossing 10.
Yeah, it was out of time. He's waving, but yeah, he did a couple somersaults unintended there at the end, but was way out of time. I've seen Danny. I've known Danny for probably 2 decades, and one of the things, he's always been a tremendous front-forward wake slalom guy, very aggressive. If you watch Danny's form, he's one guy. He's one of the lowest skiers to the water. You'll see his butt actually is below his knee when he grinds out these So we're getting a provisional score out of the boat, and it sounds...
Yeah, it sounded as though 8.0. I mean, that's what we got him here, but apologies if we're saying it wrong, crackly on the radio, but we believe that they called it an 8.0 provisional score, so that's the highest single pass so far.
Yeah, that's a solid run for Danny. I have actually seen him ski 9 forward at tournaments in the past, so I'm sure he's going to be happy with an 8. That's probably right where he's at. He skied 14.3 at the U.S. Nationals a couple weeks ago, a 15 at the Midwest Regionals in the U.S. About a month ago. Put up a 15 a couple times, another time this year. So he's a good, solid wake slalom skier. He can put up 15 pretty consistently.
Well, we're looking for Danny to, come back in nice, clean. He does a nice, clean 7. That gets him 15. Pretty much would assure him to get into the next round, I am thinking. Can't be for sure, but I think a 15 would be a solid score for the second round. Here he is, rolled over, coming in backwards. The last skier in the Series 2 of the senior slalom. Dan Baumgartner from the USA coming in backwards. And there's crossing number 1, no doubt on that. Nice and high, although I think he touched down early, and on that one also. Here's number 3, nice and clean. Going across for 4, couldn't see that one. Here's number 5. Crossing number 6, down, let go of the handle outside the wake. He's going to get 5.5 on that pass, and then a touchdown if he touched down. So not quite what Dan is capable of. He's in the 12 range there.
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting to see. Kind of surprised with that. But what you were saying there, Richard, we were having a hard time on the even-numbered crosses, seeing the foot, and it looked like he was leaning away and really driving a lot of spray. It wasn't real clear to me that the foot was off the water. We don't have the same view as the judges, but just didn't ski it as deep into the pass. You mentioned, I think he went down on 5, so it's definitely not going to hit that top score of 14.6 that Jim Nyberg put up, where he had a solid shot at taking over the lead. I just don't think that was the pass that was going to put him there.
I think we're looking at somewhere around 12 or so, depending on, as you said, we couldn't quite see the screen that well, wasn't that clear, so seeing if it was down early. We'll just wait for the
for Dan Baumgartner, 5.5 total score,
Well, a little better than we thought there. 5.5. Second pass score, I thought they said 5.5. Add that to 8, and you get 13.5.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I was hearing coming out of the boat too, Richard. 13.5 puts Danny Baumgartner in second place behind Jim Nyberg at this point, and we got Robbie Groen with the provisional 12.3. We haven't seen a final score posted from him for Robbie yet, and then that is the end of the first group, the Series 2 senior men wake slalom. We're going to move into the Series 1. We've got 10 skiers in that group, and again, we're going to take the top 8 of the combined Series 2 that just finished and the upcoming Series 1 group of 10. So you got a chance here now. The concession stand is open. Run on over, grab yourself a refreshment as we work on